As General Secretary, Stalin had the power to appoint his supporters to party jobs all over the Soviet Union, and the power to stop his rivals' supporters getting good positions. Step 1. The triumvirate: Stalin, Zinoviev, and Kamenev versus Trotsky. Even before Lenin's death, Stalin allied himself with Zinoviev and Kamenev to form a bloc to oppose Trotsky. They organized their supporters to vote against Trotsky in party meetings. Whenever Trotsky complained about this, he got accused of trying to split the Communist Party into factions, something Lenin had always said was a terrible crime. Trotsky lost more and more influence. In 1925, Trotsky was sacked from his job as Commissar for War, and Zinoviev said he should be expelled from the USSR completely. Stalin rejected this. He didn't want to be seen as making splits in the party himself. Step 2. Stalin and Bukharin versus Kamenev and Zinoviev. As Trotsky became less of a threat, Kamenev and Zinoviev started waking up to the threat of Stalin. Stalin was increasingly ignoring them at meetings, making all the big decisions himself, but Stalin was too powerful for them to take down without allies. Stalin allied with his friend Bukharin over the new economic policy, NEP. The NEP was Lenin's emergency policy for rescuing the Soviet economy after the chaos of the Civil War by allowing back some capitalism. Trotsky had always said the NEP had done its job, and the USSR should now industrialize as rapidly as possible and collectivize agriculture. Kamenev and Zinoviev joined with their old enemy Trotsky in criticizing Stalin for supporting the NEP. But Stalin's huge support base meant every party Congress decision went his way. He and Bukharin effectively ruled the USSR together in the mid-1920s. Kamenev, Zinoviev, and Trotsky got more and more frustrated. Step 3. The end of the united opposition. Trotsky, Kamenev, and Zinoviev formed the United Opposition Group to challenge Stalin's domination of the Communist Party. But setting up a separate group within the party was making splits a terrible crime. It was easy for Stalin to get his supporters to expel Trotsky, Kamenev, and Zinoviev from the party, along with 100 others. That made them irrelevant nobodies with no chance to have any power within the USSR at all. Step 4. Stalin versus Bukharin. Finally, Stalin turned on Bukharin and his supporters, removing them from powerful positions. This happened on the back of a food crisis in 1928, which many party members blamed on the NEP. Stalin switched from supporting the NEP, Bukharin's baby, and now said what Trotsky had always argued, that peasants should be forced to hand over the grain they had grown. When Bukharin began to criticize Stalin for this, no one in the party supported him. Bukharin was expelled from the Politburo in 1929, leaving Stalin as the unchallenged leader.